Admiral Zektar of the Hegemony's Third Armada watched his tactical display with growing unease. The human vessel, a modest frigate barely 300 meters long, had materialized at the edge of their formation without triggering a single proximity alert. Their most advanced sensors had detected nothing until the ship simply appeared, as if it had been there all along. "Status report," Zektar commanded, his four arms gesticulating nervously across the command console. "The vessel remains unresponsive to our hails, Admiral," reported his communications officer. "However, it's broadcasting something on an open channel." "Put it through." The bridge fell silent as a voice crackled through their speakers, calm, almost conversational. "This is Captain Sarah Chen of the UES Defiance. You have violated the sovereignty of 17 inhabited systems, displaced 42 million sentients, and committed acts of genocide against 3 separate species. The Terran Federation has tried diplomatic solutions for 18 months. You ignored them. Today, that ends." Zektar's mandibles clicked in what his species considered laughter. One ship against his armada of 1,200 vessels? The humans had sent either a madman or a sacrifice. "Tactical, target that vessel. Show them the futility of—" The words died in his throat as every screen on his bridge simultaneously displayed the same image, the helm of the human ship, where Captain Chen sat with her hands folded calmly in her lap. Somehow, she was looking directly at him through the display. "Hello, Admiral Zektar," she said, as if greeting an old friend. "Before we begin, I should mention that your fleet's weapon systems are currently offline. Your shields are down. Your navigation computers are locked. Oh, and your life support will shut down in exactly 60 seconds unless you order an immediate withdrawal from this sector." Chaos erupted across the bridge as officers frantically worked their stations. Nothing responded. Every system showed green status indicators, yet nothing functioned. "Impossible," Zektar breathed. "Our systems are quantum encrypted, bio-locked, and based on technology you reverse-engineered from a survey probe we lost in this region 3 years ago," Chen interrupted. "Did you really think we wouldn't notice? Did you assume we wouldn't prepare for this possibility?" The tactical officer looked up from his station, terror evident in his compound eyes. "Admiral, she's right. Everything is locked out. Even our emergency systems?" 50 seconds, Chen announced pleasantly. Zektar's pride warred with his survival instinct. The hegemony had never retreated. They were the apex predators of this galactic sector, the inheritors of technologies that had crushed dozens of species. How could one small ship— "You're wondering how," Chen said, reading his expression with unnerving accuracy. "The answer is simple. You never understood what you stole from us. That probe wasn't just a survey vessel, it was bait. For 3 years, we've watched you integrate our technology into your ships, your weapons, your infrastructure. Every system you've built since then has our code woven into its very foundation." 30 seconds. The bridge crew looked to their admiral with mounting panic. Zektar's mind raced through possibilities. A bluff? Impossible. Their sensors confirmed the system lockouts. Some kind of quantum virus? The humans couldn't be that advanced. 20 seconds. "Wait," Zektar finally barked. "What do you want?" "Immediate withdrawal from all conquered territories, full reparations to displaced populations, dismantling of your military command structure." Chen's voice remained steady. "Oh, and a formal apology to the galactic community." "You're insane. The hegemony will never—" 10 seconds. The lights on the bridge flickered. Emergency power indicators began flashing. Around the massive fleet, Similar scenes played out as 1,200 warships simultaneously lost primary power. 5. "We withdraw," Zektar shouted. "We withdraw." The lights steadied. Normal power resumed. But Chen's image remained on their screens. "I'm afraid that's not enough, Admiral. You see, the Terran Federation has been very patient. We've tried diplomacy, economic sanctions, even formal protests to the Galactic Council. But some lessons can only be taught through demonstration." What happened next would be debated by xenobiologists and military strategists for generations. The human ship didn't fire a single weapon. It didn't need to. Instead, every vessel in the hegemony fleet began to cannibalize itself. Weapon systems turned inward, firing on their own hulls. Navigation computers sent ships careening into each other. Life support systems vented atmosphere in controlled bursts. Not enough to kill, but enough to terrify. The proud armada became a chaotic mass of damaged, crippled vessels in the span of minutes. "This is what happens when you steal from humanity," Chen explained as the destruction continued around them. "We don't just build technology, we craft it. Every circuit, every line of code, every quantum pathway is designed with multiple purposes. What you thought was an advantage was actually a leash." When the chaos finally stopped, fewer than a dozen ships remained combat-capable. The rest hung dead in space, their crews alive but utterly helpless. "You have 48 hours to begin your withdrawal," Chen continued. "Any ship that remains in conquered territory after that deadline will suffer a more permanent version of what you've just experienced. And Admiral, the next time you think about expanding your empire, remember this: humanity doesn't make threats. We make promises." The transmission ended. The human ship vanished as suddenly as it had appeared, leaving no trace on their sensors. Within 6 hours, the hegemony had begun the largest military withdrawal in galactic history. Within a month, they had released all conquered territories and agreed to reparations. Within a year, their empire had collapsed entirely as subject. Species realized that their oppressors were not invincible, and across the galaxy, a new understanding emerged. Humanity might seem small and fragile compared to the ancient powers that ruled the stars, but they possessed something far more dangerous than superior firepower. They possessed superior patience and the wisdom to plan for wars that might not begin for years. The age of human expansion had begun not with conquest, but with a single ship and a demonstration that sometimes the greatest weapon is the one your enemy never sees coming.